Afternoon. What time are we? Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you are coming. You are joining this video or you are watching this video rather. My name is Mr. Olaitan Oladipupo. For those that are meeting me for the first time, Solistic Abi Solistic, Scholastica. The way you're supposed to arrest me, I will keep mentioning calling it scholar like scholars sticker. Let me first digest that scholar first. Put the sticker later. Okay. All right. I'm meeting you for the first time, even though you said you've seen me about thousands of times. Anyway. Okay. Mrs. Ogunlajabe. Okay, you're welcome. Mrs. That woman that is writing. Okay. 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 And Madam at the back. Madam Elizabeth, you're welcome. Okay, my name is Mr. Olaitan Oladipupo once again, and today we are going to be looking at practical life. Sorry, excuse me. Sensorial activities. Sensorial. Now, I know some of you will find it strange because the word sensorial will sound strange to you. That's if you have not been attending my class or any of the previous classes. The word sensorial will sound strange to your hearing. Sensorial is one of the learning area in Montessori. In Montessori, we have how many learning areas here? In Montessori, how many learning areas do you have? Five. Can anybody revise us back on it?
Numeracy.
Numeracy.
Literacy.
Literacy.
Sorry, language instead. Language, cultural science, practical life, and
Yeah,
assessment.
scatter everything. I don't understand. Let me start again. Let's start again.
Literacy, numeracy, cultural science, practical life.
Is it cultural
Cultural
science?
life.
Is it cultural life?
Cultural life.
Is it cultural life?
It's cultural. Creative. Cultural. Yes, numeracy, literacy.
Heart is broken. Madam, how many learning areas do you have in Missouri? I'm talking about this one with turban. Black one. Yes.
We have
Five. Thank you. Can you mention the five for me? Literacy, okay? Numeracy. Sensorial, okay? Cultural art or cultural life. What is it called?
cultural life and practical life.
So if practical life is practical life, does that mean cultural life too should be cultural life? That's not what me I taught you. I don't teach you cultural life. It's cultural arts.
Cultural arts.
Yes, I want us to get it right. Very, very important.
Cultural art, very important.
So under cultural arts, we have a lot of subjects areas under cultural arts. Can anybody remind us of
About
that?
history. Is there no history?
Under cultural arts, can anybody remind me topics under cultural arts? The subjects under there. We have geography.
Science.
Under cultural arts, we have science,
Music.
music, we have history, we have botany, we have zoology, we have anatomy. You understand now? So I told you that cultural arts is one of the broadest. Have a lot of subject areas under it. That's what I just mentioned. I mentioned geography, history, music, botany, science, anatomy, zoology, and so on. So, thank you. All right. Okay. Today we are going to be, as I said earlier, we are looking at one of the learning areas of Montessori, which is the sensorial. Now, sensorial comes from the word senses. I won't want to take much of our time because I know I've done enough talk, and then theory areas and sensorial. If I'm correct, yes, I've done that. You have introduced us to sensorial. So it comes from the word senses. Now, if I mention something that according to let me use that, traditionally, we were being told that we have how many sense organs? Five, which are what?
Sense of sight, smell,
Hearing, taste, and feel, which is skin. Now, but in Montessori, I told you that it's proved otherwise. How many do I say we have in Montessori?
Eight.
Eight. So, scholastical. Am I correct now? You said nine, right? Okay, this is what will happen. Somewhere. I don't want we will mention it. You remind us the main one now. Okay. All right. So can anybody help us with the hits? The sense of
Visual sense.
visual sense,
Auditory.
auditory sense,
Tactile.
the tactile sense,
Olfactory.
olfactory, olfactory, ry,
Gustatory.
gustatory,
Thermic.
thermic, the thermic sense, the baroque senses, and the what? The last one, the stereognostic. I know you always forget that one. Stereognostic. Stereognostic senses. The visual,
Auditory.
auditory,
Thermic.
thermic,
Baric.
baroque,
Diagnostic.
stereognostic, olfactory,
Visual sense.
gustatory. I mentioned stereognostic. I mentioned that one.
Olfactory.
I mentioned that too.
Gustatory.
I mentioned that too.
Baric.
Thermic.
Diagnostic.
Thermic. 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 The sense to feel the temperature. That's the word thermic. So we are going to be taking all of this one at a time. And then if I'm correct, you can prove me wrong. I think the day I mentioned it, I treated this class, I mentioned each materials under each areas. Am I correct? I said I mentioned each material under each area of learning. By my heart, nobody is even. So I'm not telling- but say you've met me about 20 times before.
Yes, but you've never taken a class. Why am
I always do Wakamaka now.
I? Just help me.
Yeah. Okay. Now, thanks for joining. Okay, now let's take it one after the other. So I'm coming, please. Where's my file? Yeah. I want me to go back to this. Shema Ali, for me, Sensorial. Where's the file? So we are going to. I'm going to be sending the what's it called? The so we have. Sorry, please give me a minute. I'm coming. I don't know how I was going to do this, so I don't have the list of all the materials. I don't want to get them mixed up. Kind of. So I should have it here now. Okay. Sensoria. All right. Let's start from what do you have number one on your this thing. Let me. My phone is upside. Visual. Okay. Example of materials under visual senses are knob cylinder, which is called, you can call it cylinder blocks. These are the cylinder blocks here. Cylinder blocks. I want to make it very fast so that you can have much time to do at least 1 hour for the practical. We have pink tower. Pink tower. This is pink tower here. Under visual, pink tower. 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 Pink tower. Pink tower.
It's always on here. Always pink.
Benny.
Can't get another color.
No, it's not brown tower, it's pink, it must be pink. Then we have brown stairs. You can see this is arranged in form of staircase. This is brown stairs. Then we have red rod. This is the red rod behind me here. Red rod. We have color tablets and color box. This is the color box. Then these are the color tablets. This is color box 3. We have color box 1, we have color box 2, we have color box 3. These 3. Okay. Then we have constructive triangle. Constructive triangle. We should have it somewhere around here. I think it should be another place. No, huh? No. Huh? It should be another place anyway. I believe it should be there. But it's inside box, so I have to unbox it. It's 5. We have five of the box. One of the box is rectangular box, blue rectangular box, hexagonal box, small hexagonal box, large hexagonal box. Those are the 5 things inside the constructive triangle. So don't worry, don't mention them. Then we have geometry cabinets. Geometry cabinets should be this back cabinet here. 1, 2, 3. They have 6 drawers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers. That's geometry cabinets. Then we have knobless cylinder. I've mentioned knob cylinder the other time. Knobless. These are knobless cylinder. It's four different cylinders like that. It's opposite. It's knobless. The reason why it is knobless is because it doesn't have knob on the head. This one have knob to hold it. This one does not have knob. Knob cylinder, knobless cylinder. This knobless comes in the 4 different colors, which are the green, red, blue, and yellow. So we have the binomial cube. The binomial cube. The binomial cube and the trinomial cube too. What about those things here? I saw them here. No, when we start the class, I think the two should be in our people. The binomial and trinomial cube, they are like these cubes, yes. Binomial cubes, then trinomial cubes. I think she used it to make it to do a class like that. Then we have sensorial decanomia. Sensorial decanomia. We don't have the material here presently, but I'm going to get you the materials. Sensorial decanomia. DECATION. Then sorry, decanomia. NOMAIL. Then lastly we have the leaf cabinets. Leaf. LEAF. This is the leaf cabinet. When we have different shapes of leaves, we have how many drawers? 4 drawers. 6 different shapes of leaves. And this thing, leaf cabinets. So then that moves us to another senses. Which other senses do we have now? Tactile. Let's mention tactile. We can move to auditory. Let's mention tactile. Tactiles, we have the touch board. I mentioned to you, I don't know if I'm taking this class on the touch board. We have touch board 1, touch board 2, and touch board 3. I think I mentioned that. I treated that touch board that way. So we're going to do a revision on it. So these are touch boards. Yeah. Tactile. 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 The tactile senses. So we have touch board. We have sensitizing fingertips. We have the sensitizing fingertips. There's another material used for sensitizing fingertips. Sensitizing fingertips. Mm-hmm. Touch board. BOARD. Or you can call it touch tablet. Anyone you feel like calling it. You can call it touch tablet too. The touch board or touch tablet. Then we have the tactile fabrics. Now, one thing I want you to notice about the fabrics is that, do you know that all fabrics have different texture?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
this material I'm wearing now, even as I'm wearing up and down, the texture of this thing, this up, is different from the texture of this thing down here.
Yes.
So I remember then very well in home economics when I was in junior secondary school, those years. When we were doing, I don't know where this topic, under the topics, we were asked to cut about almost 20 different fabrics, different texture of fabrics, different texture. So we are going to be writing the name of the texture of the fabric under each of it. I don't exactly remember what the topic is all about. So you paste it on the, you prepare that cardboard, you now cut it on that cardboard, paste it on the cardboard. It's like a project, name on it. So and the teacher will come and feel the texture. If it, indeed you write the correct the texture under it to award you the mark. I remember those days. Lace you, Ankara, Morogi, everything we cut everything cuttable. So that's all those kind of materials are called the texture tactile fabrics. Then another senses we have baroque sense, right? That's another senses. That I think that should be number 3 or 4 that I mentioned. Is it 3? Number 3. Baroque sense. BARIC. Sandpaper number is a literacy is a numeracy material. Sandpaper letter is a literacy material. But when you want to put them, if you want to categorize them under sense, it's under tactile sense. But you don't have to categorize that because this one that you mentioned, touch board, is made of sandpaper too. So there's no reason why you need to categorize them under this place again. So are we together? Okay. So I says baroque senses. Number 1 is baroque tablets. Baroque tablets. This is baroque tablet here. This, what is it for Azam? Now, I want to, let me pass this thing around. You will tell me which of it is lighter, which of it is heavy, and which of it is heavier. That's baroque. Teaching the baroque senses now. Do you know that they are all the same sizes, the same shapes? The only reason they make sure they give it different colors so that you can distinguish between the three. But I want you to check something. Which of it is lighter, which of it is this thing? Pass to that line there. You can pass to the back. Know which is light, which is so. Which of it is heavier, which of it is lighter? Heavy, no, light, lighter, no, we don't want to use that word. Let's use light.
Heavy, heavy.
Yeah, heavy. Let's use that word heavy, light, and lighter. Lighter. Heavy, light, then lighter. Let's bring it from that word. If you like, close your eyes. I will pass that thing for you. You tell me if it is heavy or not.
Can I pass it?
Close your eyes. Help me to pass it to the next person. Mix it up. Don't tell me what is heavy. Help me to pass it there. Yes, this is there.
No, I'm showing you heavy.
No, don't worry. I will ask now. You based on the color. You should. I will analyze it up. Tell me. Huh? This one. Sorry, please. The moment. This one was the one. That's Barry. I'm trying to explain to this. Barry says it's using practical.
The weight of items. Lighter.
A barrack is measuring weight.
To detect weight. Okay. Heavy material in their weight.
Light brown, dark brown, light amber. This is correct brown. This is the one that is heavy and
Yeah. So when if you are talking about the color, it shows the change.
yes.
What is color? Yeah, this is like
So have you all filled the listing? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mrs. Norma.
thank you.
So who's still having it? Who's still having this material? Okay? When I was asking who's still having it, you still close your eyes. You are sleeping, Abby. Mrs. Mrs. This woman. So, looking at this now, I believe we have already memorized how the these things are. Now, let me start from this. This and this, which of it is lighter and which of it is heavier? This one is lighter.
Lighter.
This is heavier.
This is heavy.
Yes.
This one is lighter.
Yes.
Between this and this, which is heavy, which is lighter? This one is heavy, this is lighter. Then between these two, which is heavy? Heavy.
No.
Heavy, light.
This is heavy.
Yes.
This is the heavy among them. Then light, lightest. A bit lighter rather. Yes, but I know this is more heavy than every other thing. So that's distinguishing between that. The thing have the same size, and it's even the same color and the same shapes. Does not mean it can be the same size and the same weight. Do you understand what I'm saying now? We have scale here. If we want to make it more complex, we can put it on the scale. I think the scale should be at the back there. We can place it on the scale so everybody will see the weight of each of the days. You understand me? So that's what the Barrick sense teaches. This is the Barrick tablet. So then let's move to thermic. That's the only material for it anyway. Yes, the Barrick tablet. Now let's look at the thermic. The word thermic, what do you think the word thermic should look like? Temperature. Then we have thermic bottle. We have thermic bottle. Let me look for our thermic bottle here. We have thermic bottle. We have thermic. We even have thermic bowl. Then we have thermic tablets. This thermic tablet here. We use this to. There's a way we put it that the temperature will have. If we want to use for hot, we will have put on a warm surface or a surface that is going to make it this thing, so that your son also so that you can distinguish between cold, hot, and warm. Now I mentioned this thing in the class one day. I said if you want to teach children what I remember it was in the class here. The woman was like, how would they know it's something that is hot if you did not let them hey, there's something look warm to you as an adult might be born into your children. I hope you know. You might touch something, the thing might look warm in your hand, and you might put it on a child might touch it and the thing is very hot to them. But for them to be able to develop that vocabulary, for them to know the difference between hot and warm, they will not touch hot something. Hey, it is cold. It is cold. You know sometimes they always mix it up. There's something that goes, it hot very well. It hot very well, and it's cold. But even as an adult, men looking at that thing, you know it is hot or cold, because both hot and cold something brings out steam. You know both of them bring out, but the things differs. One brings sweaty steam on the body, One brings sweaty steam inside the bowl. The one that brings sweaty steam inside the bowl is the hot one. The one that brings sweaty steam from the body is the cold one. Because you are an adult, you can distinguish between the two. But children might not be able to distinguish. That's why we need to introduce them to all of this. So I mentioned for the thermic, Abi. Is it thermic? Is it thermic I mentioned? No, thermic. No, that's not the bottle. I couldn't even get the bottle. We have bottle and the bowl. One stainless bowl like this. The tablets, no, not the tablets. Use any bowl there. No. The gold is silver color like this. I have cover like on the internet. I'm not sure I've seen it again. Those that borrow material and refuse to come back.
It's not stainless.
It's stainless, yes. The second one is set. About almost 6 or 5 sets. No, that's not cup. It's bowl. It's bowl. Don't worry. So we always when we're having class here, when we're having class, this is what we do. We put warm water, we put cold water inside one, while we put ordinary water inside one. So the ordinary water is going to be teaching you the natural temperature of a particular water or a particular thing. While the warm one will be teaching you the hot. Warm one will be teaching you the hot. So that when you want to take it to glass, you're not going to put water inside this thing. That by the time I want to take them, the thing will have if it is the thermic bottle you are using, the thing is bottle and it's stainless in this is small, just something like this, but stainless that they are going to touch. The thing will injure somebody. So it's best you put warm. I kept saying it again. Put warm. So then the cold one, they can touch that. Then we have which other thing? Okay, we have mentioned thermic. We have mentioned baric. Auditory, thank you, auditory. Auditory. The word audio, auditory. The sense of what? Sound, hearing. One of it is Montessori bell. Montessori bell. This is Montessori bell. This is Montessori bell. This is Montessori bell. Montessori bell. Then we have the sound jar. Sound jar. Where you are going to be having pouring. This is a sound jar here. I have sound jar here. Hello. You are going to be having materials like this. That means the two is not the same. These two is not the same. You match sound together. Similar sound. No, they are not the same. Since I've had this one, you pair. You have 5 different sounds. You pair them together like that. Are we correct? So we are going to do that. When we want to do that, we do it in practical. I'm just using it to have a clear understanding. We will still use all the material one after the other. The reason why I'm mentioning all of these materials is that so that when we do one, you'll be able to remind me of the next one we are supposed to use. So then we have which other senses?
So, Mr. this keyboard now we want to see under auditory, or it's not enough.
The keyboard is under music now, under cultural art. Music is under cultural art, is it not it? So it's not. This one I mentioned now, sound bell, and this one are sensorial material. This one is under cultural art. Music is under cultural art. We have both name, music, history, and this one is under music. Music is under cultural art. So that's what Mr. Elias is taking you under cultural art, music. So we have olfactory. Is it olfactory?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what does olfactory teaches? The sense of smell. Then we are going to be having. Okay, I will make sure I will highlight better. We are going to be having. You are going to be smelling. The material for that is smelling jar. The smelling jar, where you are going to be having perfume, talcum, natural smell, methylatum smell, and so on like that. You are going to be smelling. Then you compare. Just the way I brought out two different this now. Is the way you are going to be having two different smells and you match the similar smells too.
Have we left auditory?
Yes.
I'm done with auditory already.
Check whether it's
My phone is off.
the sound.
It's not
the
there.
smell.
It's not there. It's not there.
That thing looks like perfume.
All these ones they are taste bottle. Taste bottle. Olfactory. Factory. So that is it. Then the next one is what? What is this? What is the senses of?
Stereo boost.
So smell jar. That's for olfactory. Okay. That's all. That's all. No. Gustatory now. Gust. Tatory. Gustatory. Tatory. Tatory. Gustatory. Gustatory. Gustatory is the smell of the sense of taste. Yeah. Example of the material is taste bottle. Taste bottle. What are taste bottle? Now these are taste bottle. Yeah. See, example of taste bottle here. When you are going to be having honey, for example, to teach sweet. Grab go. See, just a little drop of it. Why do you say hi? Any question about that?
No, it won't touch their tongue.
It's not for us to, I think you take a drop, just a little drop in your mouth. So they are going to be tasting sweets.
Different. That you don't give children things in school.
And your school, school that is doing also, you should know that when you want to taste something. Is it their nose they use to taste it? It's their mouth now. There's nothing like bringing the material. The school provides honey. Honey is not. Nobody's allergic to honey. Forget that thing. There's nothing allergic to honey.
Even if they bring the material,
Why you want to
they
take?
cannot bring.
You no. You can for this week now. You might since they are young ones, you can taste. You can be sweet that you want to introduce. The next week, the next one it can be sour. Sour is lemon, lime. You juice it out and you a little drop of it, just a little drop inside different this thing. The next one might be bitter leaf. Juice the bitter leaf, little drop of it, little drop. I'm not saying you should pour it in the mouth. Just take this drop. Come. Teeth bitter. Some of them will take what's this thing? I remember when I was taking this for with one set of students. The child kept telling me everything is bitter. And the reason was because the first thing she took was bitter leaf. So the main thing will be bitter. So that's why you need to know the order in which you want to arrange those things. Because if you go and put bitter leaf first, forget about the remaining thing will be bitter. So that's we talked about honey. You put them honey, sour for this thing, bitter leaf juice for bitter. Now when you want to do spicy, that's the question people used to ask me in the class. Don't teach spicy. Ask question about spicy. That have mommy ever cook in the house? That thing will not be doing your mouth like this. You prepare your mouth. Some of them will tell you yes, some of them will tell you no. It is spicy. What do I call it? Spicy. Introduce them together. The reason is because some children are allergic to pepper. I hope you know that. The three things I mentioned, no child is allergic to all of these things. She is not salt water. You salty. Okay, I didn't mention salty. Do I mention it? I didn't mention salty. Salt water, salt water, salt water, salt water, salt water. You soak the salt, put the pinch of salt inside the water. No, don't make it too salty. Then the drop of it in their mouth. So salty, bitter, salty, sour, sweet, and that spicy is the one I won't advise you should teach. Because someone is like, hey, we can just go for tomato paste. What if tomato paste? Tomato paste, what if? Because some children don't even take pepper in their house. They can buy 200 pepper and buy 5,000 of tomato. You have not seen people like that before. So how do you know how to use tomato paste that have pepper to teach that kind of child? So don't bring it to the problem. Don't just don't get to that area. They use another method to introduce them to it. Even if they don't get it, they will get it in the future. Don't worry. Let them get it when they go and buy chicken and chips from another eatery, not from you. So that you not go and So that is it. So I've mentioned different. So taste bottle for. So this is taste bottle. So when it now gets to when you have introduced them to all of the tastes, then you can now start.
No,
I'm still talking about taste bottle. Taste now. So you can now start telling them. You can now start matching two different tastes together. Just the way we match sound, you match smell, they will not start matching tastes together. It is arranged like this. It is 5 different things to be arranged. Then they will pick. This one is salty water. This is salty. Salty. Yes. This is salty too. Yes, salty. They are very paired too salty together. So that means they can differentiate between taste. You understand what I'm saying now? So that's it. Now, when I'm taking sensorial practical, I have to tell something that tell you that children come with senses. Immediately God gave birth to God created everybody. At least He deposited this brain inside everybody's head. The reason why we are introducing sensory education is because we want to refine those senses. There's no child that will not know how to taste later in the future. But we want to refine it. We want them to be deliberate about knowing it. Some adults have problem with, even some children have problem with, but at least a child become an adult later now. Some adults, if this place is burning down, and they are sitting in that place, they will not know unless they see fire. You don't know some people like that. They don't smell it. They won't even smell anything. So some people are like that. Is it good? To me, it's bad. Because if there's fire on the mountain, they say what you should do. If there's fire on the mountain, what do you say you should do? But if you don't know there's fire on the mountain, how will you know? So it's a natural. You can train your senses. That's what we mentioned here. How to train the senses. You will be deliberate about training the senses.
Because I have someone that they told me she doesn't pass it.
Is he an adult? Is it an adult or a child?
The person is an
Because it started from when?
Maybe
From childhood.
And the child happens to have the same predicament. He doesn't fix it.
Because it's genetic. Now, if it's not genetic, there's a way. Let me tell you something. The truth is this: there are some things that, no matter how genetic they are, there's a way you can always train yourself over it. Because you come from your grandfather is a polygamous home. Your father is a polygamous home. Does not mean you should become a polygamous home. You can work on that too. That me, I don't want to marry more than a wife, and you work on it for real. Unless things unforeseen happen, probably the wife died or something, but you can work on it. You understand what I'm saying now? So what I'm trying to say is that there's always a way around things. That it has trained the senses. Okay. The eighth one, okay. The sense of the what? The stereognosis. That's to distinguish between two different objects without seeing them, but just feeling them. Now, example of stereognostics material are mystery bags. Mystery bags. Now, what do I mean? Be able to differentiate between two different objects without seeing them. For example, now, listen, I used to say this thing, and all of you can actually testify to that. You concentrate, every individual concentrates more when their eyes is being blindfolded than when they are seeing that thing. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. I want to tell you to feel something and tell me how that thing looks like. If I just say you close your eyes and be touching it, you will still look concentration. But when I blindfold you, whether I like open the eyes, when I blindfolded you, you will still not see it. All of your sense organ, the sense of feelings, the sense of everything will concentrate on these fingertips. And the fingertips is going to be sending the signal to them. While the eyes is blindfolded, the nose too will be working at them. Because as they are feeling it, the nose will be looking at it that, have I smelled something like this before? This thing is touching. Everything will be connected to each other. The eyes that is blocked will be connected to the brain, the ears will be, everything will be connected to one another. Just to make sure they get that thing right. And what is mystery bags? Mystery bags are the bags that it comes in twos. And out of the activity goes, you are going to be blindfolded. The materials, you are going to be having similar objects in each boxes. Not similar, the same object in each boxes. And objects that are related to the particular child, that the child can always relate to that. Okay, excuse me, I've seen this thing before. Example of it is okay, let me put this in here. How does it look like? Rectangle, spherical in shape. If I want to put this thing into a mystery bag, I'm supposed to put one of this and one of this in the other bag. So that when the child bring it out and touch, okay, he can dip his hand inside that bag without bringing it out and bring out the same thing he has brought out the first time. That is on circular form. If I want to introduce the child, I will not go and bring this thing to a child. But it's not all child, but this one they can still, once they feel, they can still relate it back to each other. But there are some things that the children are not even familiar with, they don't even know it. That when you put it in their bag, for them to even get it right, for them to be able to even tell what exactly the object is, they won't even know the name of it. That's why it must be language that they are familiar with. The object inside the mystery bag, they must have language for it. The mystery bag. For example, now, these are examples of the objects that are inside the mystery bags. These are the example of the objects that are inside the mystery bags. See them. Now, one of these will be inside one bag, while another one will be inside one bag. One will be inside one bag, the second one will be inside one bag. One will be inside one bag, the other one will be inside one bag. But one will be inside one bag, the other one will be inside one bag. One will be inside one bag, the other one will be inside one bag. They will have seen all of these materials before I start putting them back inside the mystery, inside the box. They would have been introduced to it. I might not even mention that I want to use it for mystery, but I might just like, what is this? Everybody, apple. Okay, we have red apple, we have blue apple. They might not be able to get the apple right. Because when you put your hand here, you might feel, oh, it's an apple. What color is the apple? It should be red. Okay, bring out red apple in the other thing, and by the time you dip your hand here, you feel many more. Father go no. Red apple, meanwhile it is what? Green apple. But they might not get that, but at least they are able to relate that we have an apple here. Then pear. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you must have similar objects, the same object on the two bags. And it must be something that they are familiar with, that they can relate with. They can mention the name of it. It's a banana. See, tomato. Where is it? Right. I think I know. Orange. Lemon. Apple. We have two of this. Pineapple. Grape. This is grape. This is still grape. It's not really one. It's not really one. In case you have anything in that, I will ask Mr. that we cut or smoke or not. Strawberry. This grape. So you can see there's two different grapes here. So, yes. So that's on that. So any other one? I think that's the last one. So that's on that on okay. Now I'll be
This one, please.
stereognostic. 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 Stereognose. Nostik. Stereognostic.
Okay.
So that's that on that. Now let's quickly do some practical before we call it a day. One or two practicals. One or two. One or two. Yes. If possible before then. One or two. 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 One or two.
The only senses like
We'll just pick from which one was the first one I introduced?
visual,
So what are the materials I introduced that are visual? Can anybody remember me?
color tablets,
Color tablets, cylinder blocks,
cylinder, knobless cylinder, sphincter, brown stairs,
Knob and knobless.
binomial cube, trinomial cube, sensorial.
trinomial.
Okay, trinomial cube, sensorial decanomial, leaf cabinet.
Okay, let me start with hmm? Okay, okay, I'm going to let me check if I can see.
Mini color box.
I want to be able to take this color box because color box one is supposed to be blue, red, and yellow.
That's cut from my comments.
Yes, three. And we're supposed to be having it in twos. But this one have color gradation. So the next color the next to it is the shade is very light. So I don't want to. That's why I don't want to take it. So that's color box one, where children can differentiate between the three colors and pair them together. Scatter them, they pair yellow for yellow, red for red, green for green, and they identify the color. That's the color box. So as I said, I won't do it today. Let me start from my immediate right. Mrs. Momo was here when I did touchboard. Am I correct? You're not when I introduced your touchboard one. You are here now. You're in his class when I introduced color touchboard one. So you come and sit down here. Thank you. So touchboard one. Yeah. We're here when I introduced touchboard one.
really, to be sincere, I wasn't in the class, but I'm
Okay.
used to it. I use it in my school, so let me just use that knowledge. So if I have one error or the other, you just learn. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. We want to use one of the um, sensorial material, and this the visual sense material, and the name is called touchboard. Name is called touchboard. This is called touchboard. Um, so, and the major area is to develop the learners' language, um, to teach them, to let them get used to some languages that they can use or see or hear in the environment. So, just present the material. I'm talking, we are not really meant to talk when we start using the material, but I'm going to be talking because I'm dealing with adults. All right, so we just use our three predominant finger, and this comes here, majorly these two really. So we touch up, down, just for them to feel and get it. So you tell them smooth, smooth, smooth. Is a smooth surface. And because if you want to test maybe a material or this rug, we use these two fingers um, to test it, to feel it. Thank you. So just for them to know that when something is smooth, it will not have any rough edge on it. So, and the second one too, they go up and down, and you teach them the word rough, 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 rough. They go like that continuously. You know, repetition. They learn through the process of repetition. So rough, rough, smooth, and rough, smooth, and rough until it registers. After that, then you ask them one after the other to come and feel the material. And maybe we now take it to the next lesson. You can now take it to real life, whatever. You can bring some clothes to the different material that has smooth and rough surfaces, and tell them to identify and say the word. Okay. We have another, the second period lesson, we have smooth, rough, and roughest. Hmm? We have smooth, smoother, smoothest. There are materials for that too. Then we have rough, rougher, roughest, like that. But it's three different lessons. Thank you. Yes.
What are you? I will introduce Togo 2 and 3 if you want. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Alolade. God bless you, ma'am. Okay, my name is Mr. Olait Olatuko once again. I know some of you are pleased to always hear my name. Don't worry, you don't have to pay for it. Okay, this is touchboard 1. This is touchboard 1. Um, I don't remember any, so I'll call Mrs. Scholastica. Mrs. Scholastica.
Don't worry, call me now.
What is this?
Even if you did not remember my name.
Okay. Call me now. Show me touchboard 1.
Touchboard 1. That's
No?
This is okay.
all right.
This.
Okay, this is touchboard 1.
Thank you. Now I know for some of you here, what I just did now is not in my copy. You know what it means? What do we call it? It's called the 3-period lessons. The first period is you tell the child this is Mr. Olaiton. I've introduced you to this is touchboard 1. Now, in order for me to know if truly you get if it's there, I'll now ask you, what is this or who is this? You know, say this is Mr. Olaiton. This is touchboard 1. But if the child says, you said this is touchboard 1, that means the child does not believe that it is touchboard 1. It is you that say it's touchboard 1. That means you need to let the child know that I didn't just say it is touchboard 1, but it is because it is touchboard 1 indeed. You understand my point now? So this is touchboard 1. Then the last one is show me touchboard 1. The person will now touch. Show me Mr. Olaiton. This is Mr. Olaiton. It is called 3-period lessons. Are we correct? Are we? Now, this is touchboard 1, as I said earlier. Now, touchboard 1 have 2 tablets. It has 2 tablets. The first tablet is called the rough surface and the smooth. The smooth surface, which is this, smooth. See the way I'm touching it, smooth. Smooth. You touch it several times. Smooth, 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 smooth. Then the next surface is what? Rough. 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 Smooth. Rough. Smooth. Rough. You mix it up again. Rough. Smooth. You can see how many fingers I'm using? 3. Not 2. 3. Rough. 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 You let them sensitize it over and over again. By the time they remove their finger, the rough will still be roughing in their hand, and they will roughing in their head too, and they will not forget it because it is registered. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is touchboard 1. Now, what age do we introduce touchboard 1? We introduce touchboard 1 for as early as age 2 years 6 months. That's 2 and a half years. And why? 6 months.
2 years, 6 months.
2 and a half. Okay, let me use that word, 2 and a half. So, and why? The reason is because they are going to be developing vocabulary words such as smooth, such as rough. The 2 words, smooth, rough, smooth, rough, smooth, rough. You understand? And they are going to be sensitizing to texture. That this surface is smooth, this surface is rough. After the class, some of them might touch their table and say, this is rough, oh. And they'll touch their uniform. Wow, smooth, smooth. They will even get to their class, they will start touching their table and their notebook. Their notebook is smooth and their table is rough. They will use it to compare it because that's registered. Learning has taken place. The wall is what? Rough. Face is smooth. Although this face is rough anyway. So what I'm attempting to say is that they're going to be developing vocabulary development. It's going to be building their tactile senses, which is the sense of touch. Also, it is not just sense of touch again, it's also sense of sight. They are seeing the material and they can recognize. Do you know how fun this thing is? After they have touch rough, touch, they have seen it very well. It is not that before they even touch it, that they will say smooth. Which of it is smooth and rough? Smooth. They have not touched the place. You smooth, rough. How do you know it is rough when you have not even touched it? Because they have so much get used to it that they can differentiate that this surface looks smooth and this surface looks rough. Do you understand? So we have touchboard 2 and we have touchboard 3. But for today, I'm going to be rounding it up here for today. I was not expecting that I was going to take any theory, just because of you guys I did revision on the theory. So in the next class, by the grace of God, I'm not going to be doing story again. It is purely practical. Thank you. God bless you. I see the name Mr. Olaiton. I will not change my name.
Sir,
And I'm not planning to change it yet.
is it right to present the 2 at the same time or present them after the other?
It's two at the same time. Smooth and rough. That is why now if you notice that I didn't. If I wanted to make it more complex, I would have brought the touchboard 2. Then I'll bring smooth, rough, rougher. Then the touchboard 3, smooth, rough, rougher, roughest. It has now become complex.
Yes.
But because you are not supposed to even introduce them to it, even as they go, apart from this smooth and rough, this smooth and rough. By the next time you come to class, some of them are able to get it mixed up. They might even forget that this is called rough. That vocabulary, smooth and rough, might even skip their mind. This is touchboard. Can you still remember touchboard? Yes. Okay, come close. What service is this? Gosh, he has forgotten that it's what smooth. So you need to start doing that one again. And you not until they are good, they know it very well. Don't go to roughest. Don't go to rougher. Or don't go to the next one. You understand my point now? That's why we don't introduce them at the same time. It applies to touchboard 1, touchboard 2, touchboard 3. That means you don't introduce them there. But you introduce touchboard 1 at the same time, the smooth and rough at the same time. Are we clear? So
I think that's the reason why their period, they always have 2 weeks.
and now for each material, material, when you are done with that, then you move to the next material. So, do you have any other questions? Oh, thank you. So, we have smooth and rough. So next